And first of all, congratulations to Matthias Ekström, Timo Scheider and Tom Ressen for the first 3 places in this race today, for standing on the podium. Also to Bruno for P4, although I don't think that is what he imagined before. Let me get my first question to Matthias. Matthias, describe your emotions, please. It's a perfect start as a reigning champion, coming here and just winning the first race like this.
Yeah, I mean, we had a really good weekend, the whole weekend. Started off on Friday morning. The car was really good from lap 1 on, and then we had a very good session in the wet as well. So I think me and the whole team were very confident that we would have a good result. And in qualifying, we were very strong. I mean, Timo were a little bit quicker, and I was second, but I was happy with this because I know the race would come. And today in the race I had a good start and a very clean race, and the pit stops were very, very good. I mean, the only time where I lost some time was when I were behind Bernd Schneider for some laps, but except for that I had a really good race.
You said you had a good start. It was a bullet-like start. How did you make this? Because you were shooting along all the others and you were overtaking Timo just in front of just at the start of the race.
Yeah, I mean, initially taking off the line, I think me and Timo were both very good, and in the first moment I thought maybe I will be second, but then I think he got a bit of wheel spin and I managed to pull ahead, but then it was a very close race. I mean, he were for sure as quick as me, and we had a really fair fight, and he put a lot of pressure on me the whole race. I mean, I had to focus every lap, and he was quicker in some places and I were a little bit quicker on some other, and in the end of the race it was very nice to see in the mirror that it was empty behind us.
Although it looked a little bit like it was no smooth sailing, so you say.
No, I mean, in the beginning of the year you always want to have a good start, and I mean, now I got 10 points, which I'm very happy for, and now the finish 1, 2, 3, which is excellent. And then you can start a season like this is simply amazing.
Timo, first on Friday in both sessions, first on both Saturday sessions, including a qualifying, first in the warm-up and then second in the race. But I don't see not a single glimpse of disappointment in your face.
Definitely not. So it was an amazing weekend for us, for Audi, especially because when you come to a first race weekend in the season and it's like this, it's all something special when you feel that the car has a performance, which we showed today, and it's a quite nice feeling. And in the end it was just Eki who beat me. That was a fair race. He was just a little quick at the start. So afterwards I just had the possibility to follow him. So in the end of the day I think we can be really, really happy with 1, 2, 3 on the podium. A big hand to Audi and to the Abt guys. They did a great job this weekend.
You were driving behind him. Was there any chance maybe to catch him on some corner?
Well, I tried at some stages during the race to catch him or to make him the race a bit harder or tougher. But it was not really a possibility to overtake Matthias, because in the fast corners it was really difficult to be that close to be in the end of the straight, maybe to overtake him. That was my problem. The car was in the beginning straight away understeering, and that was my main problem. I thought it was a good idea to have an understeering car, but then I was too close behind Matthias, and that was a bit difficult.
Third in this race, Tom. At a racetrack where something happened last year, is it now a special feeling to come back and be on the podium?
Yeah, obviously it's very nice. I started from the same position, so that I didn't really want to do that, and I was going side by side at the turn 1, 2, and 3 with the rest. But it went very well. But unfortunately, I didn't get him there. So the race developed that I had a very good fight at. Until both pit stops with the Resta and then with Spengler, and at the end I'm of course very happy to end up where I believe where I should have started yesterday.
Was it due to the pit stop strategy as well that you ended third at last?
The rest, I'm not quite sure what happened to him, because he had lost some time. There's no doubt. But Spengler, I have for sure had a very good in lap and a good out lap, because when I came out of the pits, I came out straight in front of him, and he put pressure from me at turn 2, and we were fighting through turn 2, 3, and then at the hairpin. He was incredibly fair, and it was from then on when I was in front, it was a big difference than when you drive behind, as Timo have said. So I was able to pull away, and the two first were unfortunately gone at that stage, so I was cruising home.
Cruising home only at P4. We have to say it was Bruno this Sunday. Bruno must be disappointed, I think.
Yeah, on one side it is a disappointment, but on the other it's a big improvement, because if you look to the last 2 years, I had no points at the first race of the championship. So for that, I guess 5 points are welcome for me at the beginning of a championship. It was not the best weekend we had this weekend. We worked very hard. The team is working hard all the time. We never give up, so this is one race of 11. Now it's 10 to go. A lot of things are going to happen, a lot of things are coming, so we're pushing hard, and you know, it's a long championship.
The difference, the speed-wise difference between the Audis and the Mercedes is visible. What can you do now in only 1 week time until we get to Oschersleben to make up, to close that gap?
Well, I mean, I guess there's not so much we can do between in a whole week. The only thing we can do is think a lot about this weekend and try to do the best next weekend, and work very hard on the data as we have, and push very hard as we always have done, the team, me, and then pray. But I have a lot of confidence in my team, and I'm sure we will work very hard and be ready in Oschersleben, definitely.
Just one question. This race today, to you again, you were haunted quite hard by Martin Tomczyk at the end. How difficult was it to hold him behind you?
Well, I mean, yeah, he came back from quite far behind, and he was very close for about 10 laps. He didn't show to overtake me. There's no one situation where he was very close at the hairpin, where he touched me a little bit, but I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he just overbraked a bit. So I mean, it was a fair fight. It was a difficult fight for sure at the end. You know, you're always hoping that the race finishes earlier, but at the end it was okay. I had no mistakes, and I could stay in front, so this was okay.
Last question to Matthias. Oschersleben only 1 week. You got now 11 victories. Will we see number 12 then?
Yeah, I mean, it would be very nice to have another victory, but I know in Oschersleben will be tough, because my teammates are very quick, especially Tom there. He have always been showing great pace there, but I will give him a run for his money.
Okay, so gentlemen, thank you, and last words in your own languages, please, starting with Matthias.
Det är väldigt skönt att börja säsongen med en seger när man har haft en lång kämpig vinter, och få komma hit och ha en ny bil, och som det kändes före säsongen så var vi bra förberedda, men jag måste säga att nya Audi A4 vi har, den är faktiskt ännu bättre än vad jag trodde den skulle vara.
Timo?
Ja, ein super Ergebnis heute. Ich habe ein tolles Auto gehabt von Anfang an. Wir haben mit leichtem Untersteuern angefangen. Das war auch meine Idee. Nur beim Hinterherfahren von Matthias ging die Rechnung nicht ganz auf mit dem untersteuernden Auto, aber unterm Strich muss ich sagen, wir sind überhappy mit 3.
Audi for vores nye bil, og for den kamp, jeg havde med de 2 Mercedes-kører, og slut på 3. pladsen i det første løb, det er en kanonstart, så jeg håber på, at man kan roligt og forsigtigt sige, I'm back.
Bruno, at last, you in your own language.
Pour moi, c'est assez important de commencer le championnat avec 5 points. 2006 et 2007, j'ai eu aucun point tout de suite à la première course, donc c'est une bonne amélioration, on va dire. Même si je suis pas tout à fait content du résultat aujourd'hui, c'est pas ce qu'on visait. La 4e place, c'était la victoire au podium. Mais bon, le championnat est long, il reste 10 courses et on a 5 points, et maintenant on va en engranger plus, et maintenant le but c'est de commencer à gagner des courses aussi, et on va se battre, on va tout donner pour arriver premier à la fin du championnat.
So thank you very much, Matthias Ekström, Timo Scheider. Congratulations, Tom Christensen and Bruno Spengler. Thanks for your open words, and good luck. We see you all again in 1 week time in Oschersleben. Thank you. And now the two heads of motorsport welcoming here on stage Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich from Audi and Norbert Haug, Mercedes-Benz.
That all our 4 cars could really do good lap times, and seeing the performance of all the other cars around. I hope that if things work well, we could win this race. That it ends up at the end with 3 guys on the podium. And I think this is more or less the maximum you can do. Pole position, the first row with the new car, and then all 3 top places is just great for the team, and they really earn it because they had a tough time the last weeks ago, and the best gift for them was this victory, and a victory that we know is on high value because Merck is always very strong, and that's what we know, and the season is long, so it's a first step, a good one, but we know we have to stay on a great level. If not, they will be there and try to beat us.
Thank you. Norbert, please.
Yeah, certainly not a very good weekend for us. I have to say we struggled a lot on Friday, but compliments to the guys. We made a much better job on Saturday. We're in second row. I think the first car is 3.5, 3 3/4, close to 4 tenths behind, which is quite a margin. But in the race, at least Paul di Resta had a good speed. Sorry for not delivering a better race, because it could have been excited. I'm not saying we could have overtaken the other guys, but we would have given them a run for their money. It looked like he closed the gap and was a little bit more than 2 seconds after 20 laps. So that was quite okay. So he had a clutch problem at pit stop, which definitely should not happen, and which we will investigate and make sure that it will not happen again. But this ruined Paul's race. Basically, he lost some 30 seconds or so, and then he was in the middle of the pack, couldn't overtake. But his speed was there, that was promising. So what we take with us for the next race is that Friday bad, Saturday better, Sunday at least 1 car performing very well. I spoke to Bruno, who did a great job in keeping Martin behind himself. And it was a good fight. Compliments to Martin, I have to say. I think it was very fair. He one time just missed him like that at the hairpin, but at least he did not do any foolish things, and I think that was good. Again, I think it could have been a very good race in the last 17 laps, probably with an outcome 1-2 Audi, 3 Mercedes, but maybe covered by 2 for 3 seconds. I think that was on our hands. Not good enough to start with. We have had so many victories in Hockenheim. Of course, we want more, but this was not our day. It was great for the spectators. I think it was a good show. Could Paul have been in the race? Would he have been in the race still? I think it would have been even more excited. But by and large, it was a great first race to a new season, and the next race will come tomorrow. Tomorrow is good, at the end of the week, next Sunday. And we certainly will push very hard to do a better job.
It certainly feels like tomorrow coming, the next race. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Now we go on in German. Und